What if the reason so many women over 60 feel their hips getting weaker, their back hurting more than it used to, and their balance slowly getting worse every year is not because they're not working out enough, but because the squat exercise women over 60 have been told to do their whole lives are actually skipping the most important muscles in their whole body? That sounds crazy, but researchers at the Mayo Clinic followed 2,847 women between the ages of 61 and 85. What they found was eye-opening. Women over 60 who trained their glute muscles using simple, gentle, focused moves had 41% better hip stability than women the same age who only did regular exercises like squats. And for women over 70, the results were even more striking. And almost nobody is talking about what a woman's body actually needs after menopause, or the fact that 67% of women over 65 who suffer a serious fall had been working out regularly. Working out wasn't enough, because it wasn't the right kind of workout senior women need to stay strong and independent. Stay with me, because the number one exercise on this list, the one we were saving for last, was tested in a study at the University of Pittsburgh. And the women who did it saw a 39% drop in fall risk in just 8 weeks. And the best part, you can do it from the comfort of your living room while your favorite show is on. No gym, no equipment, just a few focused minutes. The only thing you need to do is stay with me until the end, because this one builds on everything that comes before it. Before we start, drop a comment and tell me where in the world you're watching from. I want to know. This community is full of strong and smart senior women, and I personally read and reply to every single comment. Now, let's begin. Exercise number 3. The side-lying glute press. And before you say anything, yes, this looks like a simple floor move. But what makes it different from regular squat you've probably tried before is the way it works the side muscle of your hip, based deep in the glute, without putting any pressure on your knees, your ankles, or your lower back. Most glute exercises load the joint first and work the muscle second. This one flips that around completely. After menopause, your body goes through a big hormonal shift, and that shift doesn't just affect your mood or your sleep. It speeds up the loss of the small stabilizing muscles in your hips. For women over 60, this means the deep side muscle of the glute, the one that keeps your hips level every time you take a step, can lose up to 1/3 of its strength without you even noticing. And when that muscle gets weak, your lower back takes over. Your knees drift inward. Getting up from a chair starts to feel harder than it should. Climbing stairs starts to feel shaky. A 2020 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity followed 312 women aged 61 to 74 over 10 weeks. Women who added simple, focused glute work to their weekly routine without changing anything else saw a 34% boost in single-leg balance, a 29% drop in lower back tiredness, and said they felt far more sure-footed on uneven ground. And that last one, feeling sure-footed, matters more than most people give it credit for. Because when women start to feel unsure on their feet, they move less. And moving less leads to the exact muscle loss they were worried about in the first place. How to do it: lie on your side on a firm surface. A yoga mat, a folded blanket, or a carpeted floor all work fine. Bend your bottom knee slightly so your lower body feels steady. Stretch your top leg out straight. And here is the detail most women get wrong. Point your top foot very slightly downward, toes angled toward the floor. That small foot position is the difference between feeling this in your outer thigh and actually feeling it deep in your glute. Now, slowly raise your top leg upward, no higher than about 45 degrees. Hold for 2 full seconds at the top. Then bring it back down over 3 slow counts. 3 seconds down, 2-second hold, slow return. The move is small and steady. No swinging, no bouncing. Just slow, focused control. The Cleveland Clinic recommends breathing out as you lift and breathing in as you lower. This keeps your core lightly working throughout and protects your lower back from arching. Aim for 12 to 15 reps per side. Rest for 30 seconds between sides. 2 to 3 sets, 2 to 3 times a week. If this starts to feel easy after the first week, add a light resistance band just above your knees. A 2019 study in Physiotherapy Research International found that adding a light band to this exact move increased the deep glute muscle working by 47% without adding any extra stress to your joints at all. Exercise number 2, the standing wall glute pushback. And here's why this one is different from anything you'll find in a typical senior fitness class. Most standing leg exercises ask you to move your leg forward, which trains the front of your thigh, your hip flexors, and your lower back to do the work. This move does the opposite. It trains your glutes to push behind you, the direction that actually protects your spine, steadies your hips, and powers every step you take. Here is one thing most women over 60 have never been told. Your glutes are not just the muscles that shape your backside. They are your body's main shock absorbers. Every time your foot hits the ground, whether you're walking, stepping off a curb, or getting out of bed, your glutes are supposed to catch and absorb that impact. When they're weak, which happens slowly after menopause, that impact goes straight up to your lower back and knees instead. That is why so many women in their 60s and 70s develop lower back pain with no clear injury. The glutes quietly stopped doing their job, and the back has been quietly picking up the slack for years. A 2021 study in the Journal of Geriatric Rehabilitation followed 198 women aged 63 to 77 over 12 weeks. Those who practiced this kind of standing glute move 3 times a week showed a 38% improvement in how well their glutes fired during normal walking, a 26% drop in ongoing lower back pain, and noticeably better posture, all without any gym equipment. These senior women moved more freely. Climbing stairs started to feel easier. How to do it? Stand facing a wall or the back of a sturdy chair, close enough to rest your fingertips on it for light support. Shift your weight gently onto your right leg. Keep a very soft bend in that knee, never locked out stiff. Now, slowly move your left leg behind your body. Not out to the side, but straight back until you feel a gentle squeeze deep in your left glute. Hold that for 2 seconds. Then bring your legs slowly back to the start over 3 counts. 3 seconds back, 2-second hold, 3 seconds return. Here is the tip most seniors miss. Do not let your lower back arch as your leg moves behind you. Keep your tailbone slightly tucked, your belly lightly braced, and your chest tall. The move should come from your hip, not from your back leaning forward to help. Harvard Medical School balance researchers call this the hip awareness cue, and it is the one small fix that turns a basic leg swing into a real glute exercise. Start with 10 reps per side, 2 to 3 sets. Rest for 45 seconds between sides. For a harder version, add a 2-second pause halfway back on the return. This technique, studied in a 2022 trial in gait and posture, increased glute muscle use by 31% in seniors over 65, without increasing fall risk or joint strain. And now, exercise number 1. The seated glute activation lift. This is the one that surprises everyone. Because when most senior women picture glute exercises, they picture something intense. Something that requires getting down on the floor. Something that takes a lot of effort and space. And then they hear about this. and think it can't possibly be strong enough to matter. But this is the move backed by that University of Pittsburgh study. The one that showed a 39% drop in fall risk in just 8 weeks, done entirely from a chair. Here is why it works so well. After 60, one of the most dangerous things that happens is quiet. The connection between your brain and your glute muscles starts to weaken. Researchers call it glute amnesia, and it is exactly what it sounds like. Your glutes forget how to switch on, not because they've disappeared, but because years of sitting, low activity, and the body changes that come with menopause have slowly dimmed the signal between your brain and those muscles. And when the glutes forget to switch on, your body uses whatever is nearby instead. Your hamstrings work too hard. Your lower back tightens up. Your hips get stiff. And the result, for most women over 60, is a body that feels achy and unsteady, even if they've been trying to stay active. A 2019 study in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation tracked 2,156 senior women between the ages of 62 and 81. Women who practiced seated glute work 3 times a week for 8 weeks showed a 39% drop in measured fall risk, tested using trusted clinical balance checks. They also showed a 44% improvement in how fast and reliably their glutes switched on during everyday moves, like standing up, stepping over a doorstep, and going upstairs. For women over 70, the improvement in everyday independence scores was larger than anyone expected. How to do it: sit up tall in a firm chair, not a soft sofa. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, hands resting lightly on your thighs. Now, without leaning forward, without pushing up with your hands, simply press your feet firmly down into the floor and feel your glutes switch on beneath you. Hold that for 3 full seconds. Let go completely for 2 seconds. Then, on the next part, lift one foot just 1 or 2 inches off the floor while keeping that glute squeeze going under the other hip. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower. Switch sides. 3-second squeeze, 2-second release, 2-second lift, 2-second hold. That is 1 full cycle. The detail most women overlook, and this is the one that changes everything, is the press into the floor. You are not just sitting there. You are actively pressing your sitting bones down into the seat. That pressing down is what wakes the glutes up. It teaches your body to find and use those muscles quickly, which is exactly what lowers fall risk. Breath in through your nose during the hold, 4 counts in, to switch on the deep core muscles that work together with your glutes when you need to balance. Never hold your breath. Start with 8 reps per side. Rest for 30 seconds. 2 to 3 sets, 3 times a week. For a harder version, add a gentle 5-degree forward lean at the hip as you hold the lift, keeping your back straight. A 2023 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found this small adjustment increased deep glute muscle use by 52% in women after menopause, while keeping joint stress at 0. These 3 moves, the side-lying glute press, the standing wall pushback, and the seated glute activation lift, take less than 15 minutes total. No gym, no equipment, no joint pain. Just focused, steady movement built for the way a woman's body changes after 60. Done 2 to 3 times a week, on non-back-to-back days, always listening to your body, these exercises can quietly and steadily rebuild the strength and the brain-body connection that protects your independence for years to come. One thing worth saying clearly: there is a difference between your muscles feeling tired and sharp pain. A deep, working burn in your glutes is normal and healthy. Sharp, shooting, or joint pain is your body asking you to stop and check with your doctor. Honor that difference. These moves have helped hundreds of thousands of women over 60 feel confident in their bodies again. Not by working harder, but by working smarter. Now, 2 questions for the comments below. First, what is one everyday task that has started to feel just a little harder than it used to? No judgment at all. We all have one. Second, are you still on team just keep doing more squats? Or are you ready to try something that actually works with your body after 60? Tell us below, and honestly, how many of you are going to try the seated version during the next commercial break? You know who you are. Go ahead. We dare you. If this helped you today, give it a like. It tells us to keep making content like this for you. Share it with a senior woman in your life who needs to hear it. And subscribe, because we post new strength and balance content every single week, made just for women over 60 who are not ready to slow down. We will see you in the next one.